Anyway, this is part two. This is Eric the Conqueror. Anyway, it's just fucked up how like. That's just how I feel though. It's really messed up. Like, what, what elicits? I don't know. I know I'm just repeating myself over and again. Like, why would somebody want to do this? Why would anybody? Like, personally, I already mentioned this, but I acknowledge the animals and the other being, my fellow being. I acknowledge their suffering and pain, and I kind of empathize with them. You know, sometimes I feel like on opposite ends. Like sometimes I feel like a sociopath, where I can't connect with another being's feelings. Like I don't know what they're going through. I can't understand. I don't know how to uh, like go into their shoes. But other times I am an extreme empath, and like I can feel every feeling that they're feeling, and I can totally understand where what's happening to them and how they feel and their pain and joy and etc. And I don't know. I don't know what the word for it is. I don't know. I guess I really am an introvert. It's not bad or good. It's just that's just how it is. And like I remember seeing a funny little sign the other day. It was actually a picture. It was a McDonald's sign and it said, fuck, I forget what it said, but it said like, oh, don't. It was a McDonald's sign and like, oh fuck, I can't remember what it said, but it was at McDonald's and it was just they were just explaining like, oh, calling us evil because your kids are fat is like I don't remember what it was called, but the message was like, if your kids are fat and you're blaming McDonald's, why are you feeding your kids McDonald's in the first place? Like, don't go there. You have the option to cook, right? I mean, I know like low income housing and like low income families don't really have that luxury, but you're not going to have to eat McDonald's every day, regardless of how broke you are. I mean, I understand eating healthy is expensive. Trust me, I know it's expensive. Uh, it's way up there. Like you can get a cheeseburger for like fucking $2, but then if you want to buy the ingredients to like make a wrap at home, it costs $7. If you want to buy a wrap outside, if you want to buy a wrap from, I really enjoy Pita Pit and Wrap Zone, and the wraps and pitas are like fucking like $12, $12 for a large, or you know how much food you can get at $12 for. You know how much food you can get from McDonald's for $12? A lot. Well, you used to be able to get more, but either way, I remember McDonald's had a. You could get a burger for $1.49 or $1.29. I don't remember. So for under a toonie, you could get a big burger, and like that's like a quarter of the price of the healthier alternatives. But yeah, even if you want to buy the ingredients, it's quite expensive to cook healthy, and yeah, it's just way cheaper to eat McDonald's sometimes. Like it's not required. Like my philosophy is, if you're gonna eat anything, eat. Pick the best thing that you can get, like the most bang for your buck that you can get, and eat that first. So like, almonds are really good, and eggs are really good. So eat a lot of eggs and almonds, and then bananas are really good too. Bananas are the best fruit you can eat, and they're not that expensive. And I'm pretty sure you can live off of. If you had to, you could live off of bananas, eggs, and almonds, assuming you had water. So I don't know. I'm not saying don't eat any McDonald's. Like I'm guilty of eating McDonald's sometimes too. I'm guilty of eating McDonald's sometimes, and like I don't know. I guess I'm evil because I'm able to justify it, but I don't give a fuck. And I'm not calling anybody evil for eating McDonald's. I'm just saying that it's evil to feed your kids McDonald's every day, and then it's stupid as well to blame McDonald's for that. Like it's your fault that your kids are fat, and you can probably do something about it. Chances are, if you're inactive, your kids will probably be inactive too because they have no role model. Like, trust me, I know all about being a bad role model. I spent years being a horrible role model, and it's to the point where my younger brother is actually the role model now. Like as of a few years ago, he became the role model, and like I wouldn't. Well, not really a role model, but I guess a role model. Like he became the active role model, if that makes any sense. Like obviously, I was still years ahead of him in terms of intellectual thinking, and like I guess he did pick up some of that too. But I learned a lot from him, like via like, oh, take care of your body, take care of yourself. Eat good food, don't drink pop. He picked that up long before I did, and it's just cool. Like we can learn from anybody. Like the first part of getting stronger and becoming a stronger version of yourself is dropping your ego. And once you drop your ego, open uh you open up to a slew of endless possibilities. Like you can learn so much. Like you can learn so much from even kids. Like you just watch them for a while and they'll teach you things that you never even thought about. Right? Like I don't know. It's just kind of cool. Like think about babies and like they'll push around like chairs and stuff and like they actually enjoy physical activity. Like to me, pushing a chair for like a 6 month old kid, I don't even know how old kids are when they're allowed to push that shit. Like think about a kid who's learning to walk and he pushes around chairs and sofas and shit. Like he's pretty much exerting his will, like his or her will. They're just it's like pushing a prowler. You know, it's empowering. It feels good. It's physical. It's good for you as well. And let your kids fucking push around shit. Let your kids like I don't know. I don't get why people get their kids all this delicate shit and then they get mad at the kid for breaking it. Like, you know, I'm all for getting your kids nice toys and all, but your kids need some like strong shit that they can break and push around and throw and you know, it's crazy. I always say this, but like, when's the last time you saw a kid digging a hole outside? Like, when I was a kid, I used to love like just taking a stick and digging a hole in the ground. Like, I remember actually at one point at my friend's house on the block where I used to live when I was going to when I was in high school and elementary school after grade 3. I think this was in like grade 7 or grade 8 or it was probably grade 6 actually. I remember we were playing hockey and then I started digging out a hole in the side of the ground and then everybody started helping and like we made a really deep hole and it was pretty fun. No, I don't know why it was fun, but it just was. It was just kind of cool. Like it was like exploring, and I think that people don't give enough merit. Legs are getting a little bit smaller. Like, look at this. I feel very weak. Anyways, it was good though. Digging a hole. Let your kids dig holes, and you know, uh, I guess this back injury was a good thing because I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I specialized in leg training for the past year or so, and this gave me. I always thought that the order of importance would go legs, upper back, shoulders, traps, chest, and I don't know. That's just my way of thinking, and it turned out to be good because I've been doing a shit ton of I've been doing a fuckload of pull-ups and chin-ups, and my upper back is getting quite defined, so it's good. And slowly I can move on to my delts in a couple months, and then I can do my chest. Then I can go back to the legs, and I'm all for. I actually enjoy full body training, and I think it's fun. But I gotta get going here because I gotta go see my grandpa, and he's doing alright. My brother's actually supposed to come back sometime this week. Uh, Gary, call me if you see this. I don't know if he will.